What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. This is another multi-movie review, and it is from Shout Factory. It is the Legally Blonde collection. It's number 66 in the Shout Select series. So the Legally Blonde collection has Legally Blonde and Legally Blonde 2. It does not have the direct-to-video sequel to follow it. I think it was Legally Blondes. So the premises here are pretty simple. Elle Woods is kind of comes off as kind of an airhead. She's a blonde, bubbly sorority girl, but she's actually really smart. She goes through a pretty disappointing breakup where she's viewed as not being ambitious enough. She takes that upon herself to go to prove herself to go to law school and become a lawyer. That's what she does in the first one. In the second one, she goes to Washington, D.C. to be part of a lobbyist team, part of the legal team for a lobbyist team. And similar thing, just trying to prove herself. The stories are pretty basic rom-com kind of stuff. I'm not a huge romantic comedy fan, but I do think the first Legally Blonde is actually a really solid movie. I think there's nothing subversive or anything about it. It just works. Like it just has a certain charm to it. I think it's actually pretty funny. Reese Witherspoon is like a star-making turn was in that movie. So I just think she just really brings a great energy to it. And I think it's just a fun, brisk, bubbly romantic comedy that works. The second one, not so much for me. I don't think it's a terrible one. It's certainly not one of the worst romantic comedies I've seen. But it's just like there's none of that energy is there. They try obviously Reese Witherspoon comes back, some of the other cast members come back, but it's just not the same. That energy is not there, the charm is not there. It just doesn't work nearly as well. But if you're a fan of Legally Blonde and you're a fan of romantic comedies in general, then maybe you'll be a little bit more forgiving with it. I just really couldn't get into it. The Legally Blonde collection from Shout Factory on Blu-ray. What I do like about this is that it actually comes on 2 Blu-ray discs, so that's nice. I like it when each movie gets its own individual disc. It helps the video quality, and it's just kind of nice to, have a dedicated disc. The first movie's given a new 4K scan, which is nice. It looks really good. It has really bright, bold, colorful visuals, so you can definitely tell that you're watching an HD presentation. It looks better than the old Blu-ray, in fact, so there's that going for it. The second movie did not get a new scan, and it just kind of looks like regular. I'm pretty sure it's just the same old transfer that was on the old Blu-ray. It looks fine. It's nothing to write home about, but you're not going to be disappointed either. But the real draw here to me is the new 4K scan on the original movie, and it does yield benefits. So from that perspective, I think it's worth it. As far as extras, it brings over all the old extras. I think there's a new interview with one of the actresses, but it's pretty brief. Not a lot of value as far as new extras, but it does port over all of the original extras. So you have the new 4K transfer, you have a new interview, and then you have all of the old extras. So it's a decent package. The question is it worth the premium price to get a slipcover and the Shout Factory label? That's up to you, because the old Legally Blonde collections are super cheap. So whether it's worth it to pay the premium to get this one, to get the 4K scan and the new interview, solely up to you. I think as far as rom-coms go, these are definitely not the worst. Like I said, Legally Blonde, I think, is a really solid movie, even if you're not normally into rom-coms. So I think there's some value there. It just comes down to whether you want to go with the value of one of the older sets or pay the premium to get the Shout Factory one. In any event, you can read my reviews for both Legally Blonde and Legally Blonde 2 on my website, markfusion.com, as well as thousands of other movie reviews. Not a lot of rom-coms, to be honest, but thousands of other movies, tons of stuff on there, a lot of Shout Factory, Scream Factory stuff. You can also find hundreds of videos right here in my YouTube playlist for other movie reviews of other movies. You can drop me a sub if you really want to help me out. That would be greatly appreciated. Visit my website, use my links, help me to get even more movies to review. Thank you so much for watching this video, Legally Blonde collection. I know it's not something, typically I don't cover a lot of rom-coms here, so hopefully you guys didn't mind. Thank you so much for watching it. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.